How did I end up paying $12,500 to keep somebody on The Ultimate Fighter? All right. This was a headline. A bunch of you have attached it and written to me and said, what happened here? So we aired this episode last night of The Ultimate Fighter. So now it's fair game to talk about. But I had got a guy on my team named Andreas. And Andreas is awesome. Andreas has a win over Ian Gary. I watched the match. It was an amateur rules match, which largely just means it does not go onto your professional record. So when Ian Gary was in the UFC and getting win after win, and now he's 7-0 and 10-0 and 12-0, he really was, and because that was professional record. But my guy got the best of him. And the amateur is a very skilled guy, is what I'm trying to impart upon you. And he told me on day number one, he said, Coach, so we're going to do some weigh-ins in just a couple of days, which will represent the first week. Then later, about 10 days after that, we have weigh-ins, which will represent the middle of the show, and ultimately the third and final set of weigh-ins. And he just says, Coach, I don't care who I fight. I don't care who you match me up with. But if you could not get me in this first set of weigh-ins, I would be grateful. The only thing I don't want to do is have to weigh in this first round of weigh-ins. All right. Buy himself some time, get his weight down. And at the time of this story, I had said to him, how much do you weigh? And he told me he weighed 190 pounds. So there happened to be a scale right there. I said, let's see what the scale says. Hop on. So he gets on, and he was 193. He was 3 pounds bigger than he said that he was. And the number he was saying he was pretty big to make 170. So, okay. We've all got our answers. We all know the score of this situation. The next thing of utmost importance is that this information stay protected between us. If the house finds this out, your own teammates will spread this. It will go throughout the entire house, and somebody will pick and challenge you just on the information that you've given, because if you don't make weight, you lose. And this is a tournament. It is a straight line bracket where all you're looking to do is advance to the next round, advance to the next round, advance to the next round. Any way that you have to do it, any way, any trick you've got to get your name advancing through a bracket closer to the championship match, you're going to do. And if you can beat a guy on the scale, never even have to get into the ring, fair play. But it's a real concern for me because of all the things that have happened in the UFC, I've witnessed darn near everything. And darn near everything has been forgiven. Except if a guy misses weight on The Ultimate Fighter. That guy is never seen or heard from again. So, when I'm dealing with my guy, he lives in Ireland. Right? Andreas lives in Ireland, and I know his butt will be on a plane headed back to Ireland before the sun comes up. He will never be seen on The Ultimate Fighter. He had not had any fights yet. So it's not like there would be an editing issue or anything else. He is just simply out. So I called Daniel, and I said, hey, Jeff was Daniel's opponent. Jeff was a wrestler. So I felt as though I knew Jeff, like I was familiar with Jeff, that I overlap some of the ways that he would think with the ways that I would think. And sure enough, that was accurate. And I said, Jeff, how open are you to a bribe? We're willing to pay $2,000 per pound. And we're 5 pounds over. So that would have brought him to 10 grand, and then Chiesa got involved somehow, and they knocked that up to 2,500. So I ended up getting, the final number was $12,500, if I recall correctly. But it worked. We had to go deal with the commission, right? Well, once you get the agreement and the bout agreements done, you still have to work with the commission for them to say, yes, this is okay, we will sanction it. Your outside money is not being held and controlled by us, and you have the legal right to have an agreement outside of the commission's scope. It all worked out. Turned into a great fight. Turned into a really, really great fight. That's the one that Daniel's been bragging about. As Daniel's been going around and telling people, you got to see the Ultimate Fighter. He's talking about there will be blood. It was from that fight. If you didn't watch it, I don't want to ruin the outcome for you. If you did watch it, then I think you agree with me. There should have been a third round.